Alright, so today is Foundation Friday, another foundation review. Brands have been popping out the new foundations lately. I think I have about 8 that I need to review. I'm getting the Lush one, I have the new Lawless one, lots of new foundations coming. But today I wanted to try out the Hello Happy by Benefit Cosmetics Soft Blur Foundation. I haven't tried a whole lot of Benefit foundations. Have I ever actually done a Benefit foundation review? I don't know, this might be a first. Whoops, mic down. In the box. I'm filming on a produce box right now. So this foundation retails for 29 bucks. You get 1 fluid ounce of product and it comes in 12 shades. So not the best shade range. I have the lightest shade, which is 01 Fair Cool. The info on this one is like the most brief description ever. So it's gonna be a hella quick intro, but it says the lightweight foundation evens out skin tone, blurs imperfections with a soft focus, optical blurring spheres. Natural matte finish, light to medium coverage, looks like skin and feels like nothing at all. So I'm gonna start swatches right here. I have the lightest shade of this foundation next to some of my other foundations. You can see how it compares. Last time I did foundation swatches right here, I managed to get foundation all down the blinds. So let's try and not do that this time. Okay, swatch time. So right here is the Benefit Hello Happy foundation. I might have said Hello Flawless in the beginning. It's definitely Hello Happy. Here's the lightest shade, number 1. Next over is the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation in the lightest shade Swan. Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus in 15. NARS Natural Radiant Foundation in Mont Blanc. CYO Life Proof in 101. And NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia. So if you enjoy Foundation Fridays, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Burrito family and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, and Foundation Fridays every single Friday on my channel. Okay, so right now it's 8:11 in the morning. I'm filming right in front of natural light again. There's no studio lights or anything. So actually I haven't posted last week's Foundation Friday yet. It goes up tonight in my time. So I don't know how you guys felt about the natural light thing, but hope you liked it because we're back doing it again. Okay, does your Keurig ever randomly do this? Like completely fill it to the top sometimes? Burrito mug. Alright, so this thing is supposed to be soft focus, natural matte finish, and light to medium coverage. I've already washed, moisturized, prepped my skin. I'm going to give this a good shake. It sounds very liquidy. Cute packaging, but these kind of bottles kind of bother me because then when there's some in the bottom, it's really hard to get out because you can't really like squeeze it out of there. I'm going to use my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki on this side of my face, and then we're going to go in with my sponge on the other side. By the way, this is clean. It's just like stained at this point. I can't get that out. So let's go in with the brush. Ooh, feels very lightweight. So far, this actually feels exactly like the ColourPop one, just the way it's going on. Feels super lightweight and almost kind of like buttery. I reviewed the ColourPop foundation last week if you want to know my thoughts on it. Oh, the shade looks pretty nice if it doesn't oxidize. Feels very, not quite like a serum foundation, but it has that slick to it. Doesn't feel heavy going on at all. Alright, let's see how this does with the sponge. I did use quite a bit for that half of my face, so I'm going to add a little bit more out. It's very runny, like it pours out of here pretty fast, and the top is just, looks like this, which kind of makes sense now why it's in this packaging, because I don't think you're going to have to do a whole lot of squeezing, because it just kind of like pours out, whether you want it to or not. Sponge side. I have a feeling this is going to be really lighter coverage, a lot lighter coverage with the sponge, but we'll see. It does look like lighter coverage on this side. This side looks like light coverage. You can still see freckles and stuff coming through. This side I can too, but it looks like low medium coverage, like on the medium coverage spectrum, it's lower. Yeah, I still can see stuff coming through, but it's definitely more coverage on this side. I'm using a lot of foundation right now. I'm pouring some more out right now too. Is there an SPF in here? SPF 15. I do have an SPF underneath my foundation, which I actually wanted to ask you guys about with flash tests, because as my moisturizer lately, I've been using the La Roche-Posay sunscreen I keep talking about. It does have SPF 60 in it, so when I do flash tests, that probably alters it a little bit. That is what I wear every single day, and it's like my moisturizer and sunscreen in one. It's looking pretty nice. I do have drier skin, so a lot of matte foundations kind of just cling, and this one is looking pretty. Not quite as like soft focus as I was picturing. It doesn't have quite of like a blurring effect as the Ulta one I just did, the Ulta HD full coverage, I think that's what it's called. That one looks a bit more like blurring to me. This one I would still use a pore filling primer, like my Revlon one, around my pore area because it's not doing a whole lot for my pores, and also on my forehead it doesn't look super smoothing or blurring. I can see kind of like pores and texture and stuff up here. I'm gonna try and build this side up a little bit to see if I can cover some of the scarring. I think I'm going to use the brush for that because there's not a huge difference in texture between the brush and sponge side with this one, and you do get more coverage with the brush. I'm using a lot of product, I feel like. This isn't one where like a little bit goes a long way. Okay, it definitely builds. I feel like this one I actually don't have a whole lot to say about. It looks nice right now. Like at this point, I probably would reach for it again, but I would put in a pore filling primer. And then also I'd probably douse my face in setting spray. Getting a little bit of creasing on this side of my mouth right now. A little bit right here too, but I always get creasing right here. My upper lip hasn't been as bad. It's mostly been like around my mouth area lately. So it's 8:22. Let's see how... Oh, I could totally blend stuff on top of here. Yeah, it sets down. Doesn't feel like super, super powdery finish, but definitely feels like dry to the touch. Doesn't feel sticky or anything. I don't think I'm gonna have to set any of my face with this to put the rest of my makeup on, so that's always a plus. So 8:22, I'll see you guys in a few minutes once the rest of my makeup's on. Okay, so now it's 8:40, but the check-in time is 8:30 since that's when I finished up with my face makeup. I definitely feel like it has oxidized a bit more. Why is it not showing up on camera? In real life, it looks like it's about at least a shade darker now. I didn't even put on bronzer because I felt like it would be a little bit too much if I did. So it looks a little bit dewier out where I was doing my makeup than it does right here. I feel like it is actually looking pretty similar to the ColourPop foundation, a little bit lighter coverage. The only thing I don't like right now is that it's already starting to crease in my forehead lines up here. Doesn't necessarily look worse around the creases on this part, but it's definitely settling in up here on the rest of my face. I've been really liking this product that I used in my lash shadow and schmooze, the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel in Grind. I think the shade, yeah, Grind. Love the shade of this, and I've just been going in with this, and then I'll just take my brush and just go in on this thing, kind of like what I do with the Maybelline product. I'll just dip my brush right in there just to carve it out a little bit. I just did really basic eyes today because I have a call in about 15 minutes. So I just went with the Milani Bold Obsessions palette, and I just went in with these 3 matte shades right here. I put on my usual mascaras. For highlighter, I mixed these two, the Fenty Beauty Girl Next Door Chic Freak with XOBeauty Lucent. And for blush, I use Ciate Summer Love, one of my favorites. So let's do a flash test. I'm gonna attempt to do it right here. Oh, it looks pretty nice on camera. Haven't taken the flash yet, but just on like normal camera. It definitely looks soft focus on camera. Whoa, that looks like I almost have like a filter on my face. This photo is just straight away. I'm not editing this or anything, obviously. It doesn't seem to have a major flashback, even with my SPF on underneath, and then this one has SPF in it too. Yeah, wow, this looks great. Totally just forgot about my lips. So on my lips is the, what is this, Ruthless by Laura Mercier. This like pinky shade right here. So check-in time is 8:30. I'll see you guys in a few hours for the next check-in. All right, so I'm actually in my old apartment right now because I'm doing like the move out thing right now, but it's 12:47, so it's been on for like 4.5 hours-ish. I changed my shirt because it's actually weirdly cold out today. So I've been looking at my face and I'm not loving how it looks. It doesn't look horrible. Come on, this friggin' focus. It doesn't look like totally awful, but it also doesn't look great. It almost looks like patchy in certain areas. It's definitely gotten more dry looking and a little bit more creasy. I'm getting a little bit creasing on my upper lip. And then my forehead, I just don't love how it looks. It almost looks like it's getting a little bit cakey right on the center. Again, it doesn't look horrible, but at this point, I probably wouldn't reach for it again. I'm not like loving it. I just sold my favorite yellow couch ever. Already missing him. But the last check-in will be back in my other place. So I'll see you guys in a few hours at the end of the night. It's 6:39, so it's been on for 10 hours right now. I'm sitting on the floor because I'm currently attempting to reupholster memory foam cushions, which you guys will see in a coming vlog. Not loving it. I've been looking at it throughout the day. First of all, I feel like it's making me break out a little bit, which I haven't really had since being off Accutane. A couple things have made me like start to get zits and I just stopped using them. But this, I am seeing some like under the skin bumps that I did not have yesterday, especially like on my chin and then over here. It's also oxidized even more throughout the day, so it's, I would say, darkened at least a shade and a half between it oxidizing, the patchiness in certain areas, and I just don't feel like this has worn the best. I have dry skin, so foundations for the most part wear pretty well throughout the day. On my skin, when I had oily skin, it was like totally different situation. So if a foundation looks this crappy throughout the day on dry skin, I can only imagine the hot mess this would be on oily skin. It's totally like rubbed off in certain areas, looks really patchy in certain areas. It's creased even more on my forehead and almost got like oily looking. I like dewy foundations, but this one to me just looks like oily. So I definitely would not want to wear this foundation again. There's just nothing about this that I'm really liking. So this one is a thumbs down for me, not super into it. But I hope you guys enjoyed Foundation Friday. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. When you guys are seeing this, am I in San Diego yet? I might be in San Diego. If you want to follow along, you can always follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter and Snapchat. Instagram lately, I'm just not feeling as much, but I need to get back into it. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.